Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've got really good news today. I'm really excited because the UK government has just announced that they are going to be paying a bursary for people that want to teach in the UK. What this means is that if you choose to teach in the UK, you're going to get £29,000 per year to support you with that process. So as you know, you may be wondering, why on earth would they do that? Well, it's because they're short of teachers. As you know, the UK is currently short of thousands of teachers, and so they're desperate and they need more incentives to attract people to get into teaching. So obviously, in this video, I'm going to be telling you which subjects you should be considering, which subjects are eligible to get this £29,000, what are the requirements that are needed, and who exactly is this for. And by the way, this is for people whether you're already in the UK or you're still out of the UK. You are eligible to get this money and this funding so that you can become a teacher in the UK. So that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. And look, I'm really excited because I know that there are many people who want such opportunities, but funding is a problem. Financial constraints are a massive issue, and it's really excellent that obviously the government does recognize that, because they know that by putting in more money, obviously more people will be able to do it. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're very welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know that I appreciate the time you take to watch these videos. And look, I'm all about implementation. I'll never stop saying this. I'll never get tired saying this, because if you're watching video after video after video about teaching in the UK, working in the UK, career progression in the UK, moving to the UK, and you're doing nothing about it, I hope that this is the one video that is going to really encourage you, pump you up to say, look, you need to take some action. So I want you to leave a comment in the comment section below and say, Melvis, I will implement this. Are you a teacher right now? Have you got experience? Have you got no experience? What subject would you like to teach? Leave that in the comment section below. And by the way, I do have a newsletter where I send the most up-to-date information about, career pathways in the UK, career progression, pathways in the UK, work from home opportunities, which I love, because what it means is that you don't need to even leave your country or leave your home. You can do those jobs from home, and they're very highly paid. So I can send them directly to your inbox, side hustle opportunities, visa sponsorship jobs. If you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, then I can send that information directly to you. And this is something that I'm really passionate about. So let's get started. What the government has approved is that anybody who decides to become a teacher in the UK is going to get up to £29,000 to support them with that process, with that journey. So which subjects are eligible? As you know, even though the UK is really short of teachers, all subjects are not the same. Like human beings, we're not all the same. So it's the same thing, obviously, for teaching. Some subjects are more short than other subjects, which means that if you're choosing to work in the UK as a teacher, it doesn't matter whether you're already in the UK right now or you're still out of the country, you need to be very smart, you need to be wise, you need to be very strategic with the subject that you're choosing. Because if, for example, you choose a subject like English, how likely are you to succeed, for example? So again, you need to be very wise, because nowadays, if you're watching my videos, I want you to think smart, think wise, rather than just be like, okay, I'm just going to apply for whatever is available, because some opportunities are better than others. Especially if you need visa sponsorship, you need to be aware of that. So what are the subjects that are eligible for this £29,000? So you've got mathematics, you've got physics, you've got chemistry, you've got biology, you've got engineering, and then you've got computing. So these are the subjects that if you choose to teach in the UK and you want to train, to teach any of these subjects, you're going to get £29,000, for the year, just to support you with the process. So this is not the pay. Obviously, the pay is higher once you've completed that training, but this is just, you get this 29,000 by simply deciding that you're going to teach any of those subjects. That is absolutely amazing. So these are the only subjects that are eligible for this money, which means if you choose, for example, to teach geography, you're going to get nothing. If you choose to teach history, you're going to get nothing. And this should also prove to you, this should also make you think of the subjects that they need the most. These subjects that are eligible for this money are the subjects that the UK is currently acutely short and desperate for. In fact, the schools have reported that up to 45% of these, subjects don't have any teacher, which means that you're ending up with I don't know, history teachers having to teach mathematics. You're ending up with English teachers having to teach biology. Obviously, that's not an ideal scenario. You should be having a physics teacher teaching physics rather than an English teacher, teaching biology, for example. So the government wants to make sure that, this is all sorted and that they get the right teachers for the right subjects. So again, I do have a private coaching program. I don't know if I've mentioned this, where I support with career progression in the UK, which means if you want to get the best visa sponsorship jobs in the UK, career progression in the UK, starting a side hustle, work from home opportunities. Look, if you check out the about section of this channel, you're going to see a link to my private coaching program, Nursing Career Bootcamp. And look, when you join, then I can support you with that process. Whether you're applying for, scholarships, you're applying for apprenticeships, you're applying for positions like this, you're applying for university positions, you're a carer, for example, you want to progress into, nursing, clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs, all those things, you're going to, get the support that you need and rightfully deserve to thrive in the UK. Because myself, I moved to the UK, about 12 years ago as an international student. So I studied nursing here in the UK, and now I work as an advanced nurse practitioner for the NHS. So like I say, career progression is something that I've got in my bones, in my blood, and I'm very passionate about it. Because look, for me, it's not moving to the UK, it's what you do with yourself and your life when you move to the UK that is really going to make the difference. Otherwise, you're going to struggle in this country. It's going to be so frustrating, and you're going to be asking yourself, was it really worth it? I don't want that situation for you. If you're watching my videos, like I say, it's about working smart, not working hard, because gone are the days. We need to be wiser right now. We need to be smarter, and we need to go for the best top-notch opportunities. And that's what I'm here to bring to you. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. But most importantly, if you haven't joined the newsletter, check the comment section below and join the newsletter so that I can send that information directly to you without you relying, and reliant on that crazy yo-yo YouTube algorithm. Because, are you going to see the video? Are you not? It's not worth it, because that's not how you should kind of live your professional and personal development for chance. So you don't want to do that. So let's talk about which other subjects are eligible for funding. So there are two other subjects, that are eligible for this funding. So you've got English language, but English is capped at only 100 positions in the whole of England. Like I've said, if I was applying for these positions, I wouldn't even consider something like English, because, the UK obviously is an English country. It's going to be tough for you getting a position in English. I'm not saying it's impossible, by all means. If that's what you want to do, definitely go for it. But I mean, if I was interested in teaching, I would not apply for English. That's all I'm saying. So English is eligible, and there's also special needs subjects are also eligible. So special needs is where you're supporting, students and pupils that have special needs, for example, like learning disabilities. So there is an acute shortage and acute need within this sector, because as you know, in the UK, they have like the mainstream schools, and then they've got schools for special needs children. And the schools for special needs children normally have more teachers and more staff. They've got nurses, doctors, carers, teachers, and all that. So, you need to be thinking wide. You need to be thinking, out of the box when you're applying for these opportunities, thinking which one has the most chances of you being successful. What do you think? If you're applying, are you going to apply? What's your situation now? Again, leave it in the comment section below so that I can know. If you've got any questions as well, do leave them in the comment section below, because I can be able to answer those questions on there. But like I've said, if you need my support, then you should consider joining my private coaching program, Nursing Career Bootcamp, which you can find, a link to by checking the about section of this YouTube channel. And then, we can just get started from there, really. Because as you know, getting that individualized support, getting that personalized support is really what's going to make a difference. Because you don't want to be watching YouTube video after video after video after video and having zero implementation. It doesn't work, it doesn't help, it's not good for you, because these opportunities are not there forever. So this leads beautifully to, when is this funding going to start? Obviously, they've only just approved it, today, the day I'm recording this video, which means that the government has said this is going to start in September this year, which is 2023. So you need to apply now to get started in September, which means that if you want to teach physics, for example, you need to apply now because it takes time, obviously, to apply, to do the interview, to get shortlisted, to go through the process, all those ID checks, DBS is going to take time. So they are going to start, in September. And when it comes to the funding, one of the best things about this funding is that it's tax free, which means that you're not going to pay tax on any of this money. So if you're choosing those subjects that we've mentioned, which is mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, computing, and engineering, if you choose any of these subjects, you're going to get £2,900, every month paid to your account. 2,900 per month, that's a lot of money. In fact, as a nurse, you have to be such a senior nurse to be able to earn that amount of money. So this is an amazing opportunity for you, whether you're out of the UK or you're in the UK and you're considering teaching in this country. So obviously, if you are choosing English or the special needs subjects, those ones, the bursary for those two subjects is £15,000 per year, which means that you're going to be getting £1,500 per month, because obviously the course is for about 10 months or so, 9 months to 10 months. So that's what you're going to get. And what about the requirements? Because you may be sat there thinking, Melvis, you've talked about what the subjects are, you've talked about, what you get, but what are the requirements to qualify? So of course, we're going to talk about those requirements. And by the way, if you're enjoying this content, I want you to like the video. It lets me know that I enjoy content like this and I should obviously do more. But most importantly, if you know somebody that can benefit from this, because you may be watching this and it's not, for your personal circumstances, it's not something, if you're ready to go your career, but your profession, you're nice and settled, but you may know somebody that can benefit from this, please do share with them, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This is an opportunity that can make somebody get started in a career that they would not otherwise be able, to get this funding to do that, because £29,000 in a year, tax-free money, is a lot of money. So I say this because, working as a nurse, it is very hard to earn that amount of money, in a month. It is so tough. And if you're a carer, that's even worse, because you're going to be earning like 1,000 something. So it's not easy. And again, if you're already in the UK, for example, in other professions, if you're considering a switch, again, you need to think very carefully about your personal circumstances. What you're doing now, is it best for you? Because flexibility is key to succeeding, excelling, and thriving in the UK. You don't want to be stuck and be like, oh, I'm already in healthcare, this is my destiny, this is where I'm going to end up. You need to be open to opportunities. When new opportunities come up, you need to open yourself to them and go for those opportunities, especially if they're better than what you're doing. As a nurse myself, I'd never waste time to encourage somebody that I see, when there's a good opportunity, even if they're changing or switching from something else, to go there, because life is about evolving and going for the best opportunities, especially in the UK. There's inflation, bills are going up, prices are high for everything. So you want to make sure that you're putting yourself, in the best position possible to maximize the opportunities that this beautiful country brings, without being stuck, without being narrow-minded. I'm sorry to use this word, but you need to be expansive. You need to be open about what you're doing. So that's why I'm bringing these opportunities to you, so that you don't miss out. So that's what we've said, that's how much you get for those subjects. Then the next thing is, what do you need? So you must have GCSE Maths and English, at least grade 4, or C. So those are the conditions. You must have that. But there's something else that the government has said. As you know, when they're so desperate to get people, there is also more flexibility, because the more flexible you are, the more people you're going to get. So what the government has said is that when they're going to be recruiting, if you've got the right experience, the right knowledge, and you presented your application really well, even if you don't have the GCSE Maths and English, they can consider other types of evidence, which means that, have you got any degree in any other subject? Have you got any experience that is, one bit relevant to the subject, obviously, that you're trying to teach? Let's give an example. If you apply to teach maths and you haven't got, maths in GCSE, does that make any sense, for example? I don't know. But if you're applying to teach, say, English, and you didn't have, I don't know, maths in GCSE, does that make any sense? So what the government has said is that They are going to consider this on an individual basis as well and ask for other types of evidence where relevant. So where they think that the candidate would be a fantastic teacher, they will be able to ask that candidate for a different kind of evidence to prove their English or their math competency. And that may include, but it's not obviously exclusive to, but it may include getting you to sit for another exam or asking for a different test, so they can prove your competence. Or if you're somebody who trains overseas, asking like for a NARIC certificate if you've got a degree in another subject, for example. So that's what the government has said, that it's going to be on an individual basis, but obviously you need GCSE maths and English or an equivalent, which is whatever they're going to ask you depending on your performance and your personal circumstances. So like I say, you want to make sure you put up an amazing application. You want to make sure that you're the best candidate for this particular opportunity, because look, 29 grand a year, it's a whole lot of money. And these subjects also come with lots of opportunities once you've completed, because as a maths teacher, for example, you're going to end up earning a lot more than teachers who are teaching other subjects, because obviously they're so short, which means that when you have the legal qualifications, it's going to put you in such an amazing position. So those are the requirements, really. That's basically what you need. You also need to show interest, that you're interested with completing obviously that course, to train you to become a teacher in your chosen subject, and that you're willing to get a job, once you complete, because obviously that's the whole point of training you, to go through that training so that you can, get that qualification and become a teacher in the UK. There's one more thing. You may be sat there thinking, I'm already a qualified teacher. Can I apply for this? I'm already having my teaching qualification from my home country. I'm out of the UK. I'm in the UK right now. What does this mean for me? I'm sorry to say that if you're already a qualified teacher, this is obviously not for you, because you've already got the qualified teacher status, or you're already a qualified teacher from your home country or from the UK. Because what you should therefore be doing is applying for teaching jobs directly. You should apply for teaching jobs directly rather than apply for this, because this particular opportunity that I've shared in this particular video is for people that are not teachers, or they don't have legal qualifications as a teacher, but they want to teach in the UK, which means that if you're coming from a different field, or you're teaching but you don't have the legal teaching qualifications, or you don't qualify to get qualified teacher status, then this opportunity is for you. Which means if you've currently got qualified teacher status, or you're eligible for it, then you're not eligible for this opportunity. But there's also a beautiful announcement for you, which means if you look out, on this channel, I'm going to share a video on what the government has said for people who are already qualified teachers with qualified teacher status, because they've also made massive changes. They've also, made huge announcements on what is there to also support you with your own journey. Because as you know, getting qualified teacher status is not the cheapest way, to get to the UK or to work as a teacher if you're already in the UK. And I've actually made a video on how you can get a job as a qualified teacher without qualified teacher status. So again, if you haven't checked that out, it's on this channel. You do want to check it out and make sure that you go through it thoroughly and follow the instructions. And if you're watching this and you've taken no action and you've been considering this pathway, please, I urge you to consider actually taking that action. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I do want you to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. If you haven't joined the newsletter, you want to check the comment section below. Join the newsletter so that I can send that information directly to your inbox, and you never miss out relying on the YouTube algorithm. But most importantly, if you need my help and my support and that tailored, individualized, and personalized assistance to get you successfully through the process, or to get you to understand better what to do first, what to do next, what to do third, then consider joining my private coaching program, which you're going to find by checking the about section of this YouTube channel. And look, I'm all about career progression, work from home opportunities, side business opportunities, because look, the UK, all these jobs are good for us. They're going to help us to settle initially. If you need a visa, they're going to help you get a visa. But the truth is, they're not going to make you retire early. They're going to make you rich. They will not make you rich. They will not make you comfortable as you deserve to be. And that's why I bring the other opportunities, and those work from home opportunities, so you can use to supplement you know, whatever you're doing, whether you're a nurse, your teacher, whatever, you know, a carer, so that you can live a beautiful life in this country. So I hope you found this helpful. Leave any comments in the comment section below. I'll join you there and answer them. And look, I'll see you in the next video. Keep watching. I've done lots of videos on this channel about how to move to the UK, career progression pathways, work from home opportunities, side hustles, you know, how to become a teacher without qualified teacher status. So you want to check that out and keep watching the videos.